I've always been interested in the fusion of art and tech, engineering science, really. Bringing the human body into it is a level beyond that.
I lost my leg in a car accident in 2002. It was traumatic and I had to accept the fact that I've lost a limb. And the very sad thing about it was that I was very active in sports. I used to watch the Paralympics and things like that just to try and motivate myself, trying to find myself again in this world now where I just felt completely hopeless and I didn't even see a future for myself. I got my very first prosthetic about 5 or 6 months after the accident. It was horrible. It was painful to walk with it. It was very uncomfortable. I found another prosthetist who then assisted me with getting a new prosthetic because for me, comfort is very important. I ended up at Neck Care, the rehab center, and I met Heinrich. Very gentle person, cares about your comfort. He won't leave you not knowing that you can carry on for yourself. So he wouldn't leave you out of his presence, making sure that what he's done to your prosthesis is 100%. I spoke to Heinrich, told him that, okay, I like what I'm wearing, but it would be nice if we could look for something more adventurous, something different. I haven't seen anything major out of the box sort of in South Africa yet.
This project came about because I was seeing the advances that were being made in prostheses, and it's an obvious area for rapid prototyping or 3D printing because lightweight structures and the geometries that we could achieve. And I saw the opportunity to do something that was different than a sports aesthetic. This is through my friend Philip van der Walt, who I've collaborated with on a number of projects now. He also works with prosthetics and introduced me to the clinician who was very interested in what we were doing and very enthusiastic about it and very willing to put me in touch with an appropriate amputee.
I was introduced to Lionel and he told me what exactly it is that he wanted to do, and I'm game like I always am. He said to me he's interested in doing a 3D prosthetic. And I was like, cool, of course, that's what I want to do.
3D printing has really come into the public consciousness really in the last 5 or 6 years. I've been working in the area since 2003. The first patents in what was then rapid prototyping were back in the 80s, but it was only really in the early 2000s that it became accessible as something that we could use as artists. Prostheses are designed regardless of gender, so what about the feminine? For someone young and feminine, what can they find in a current prosthesis? Traditionally, prosthetic devices were made to disguise, so we've got very flesh-coloured feet and they're hidden beneath clothing. I think para sports has changed that, so all of a sudden people are showing off these devices, and that should filter down to everyday use. There are 2 areas to this project. One is about demonstrating what we can achieve with the technology in terms of lightweight structures and doing something that performs better and also is aesthetically more interesting. The second is about customization and working with individual patient.
I'm very excited to see what the new one would look like. The design looks very interesting, and so I really cannot wait to see what I would look like and what I would feel like and what my appearance would look like once I have the new prosthetic.
At the moment, this is an expensive technology, and what we're doing is a very high-end project that's come about through sponsorship. In the future, the technology is going to be more prevalent, it's going to become more affordable, and people are going to realise the opportunities and push for it. We see an opportunity to enrich people's lives, for people to take more ownership of something that's going to be attached to them and to give them more choices.
It encourages people as well, and it just shows them that there's life after amputation. Like we always say, you are amputated and not cremated.